What's going on, guys? Jada Black here. Salute to everybody tuning in. And I want to talk about Meg Thee Stallion getting destroyed in court. Meg Thee Stallion, close to a deadline, decided to file to have Milagro pay the fees that her legal team had accumulated in this ridiculous lawsuit against blogger Milagro Cooper. Well, the judge has denied that. The judge has denied Meg Thee Stallion's filing to have Milagro be responsible for those things in this particular post. Shout out to this X account for posting the documentation. As a matter of fact, let's go back. Let's say you see that as me there. Let's go back here. Now, this was the original post that was updated. And as you can see here, it said, late last night, just minutes before January 2nd deadline expired, Megan's legal team filed a bill of costs asking the court to tax litigation expenses against Milagro. A bill of costs is a post-judgment request where the prevailing party seeks reimbursement for certain court-appointed expenses like transcripts, printing, witness fees, and filing costs. In this filing, Megan is asking the court to order Milagro to pay a total of $68,850.79 in taxable costs, including, for example, roughly $43,000 in trial transcripts and approximately $19,000 for copying and documentation reproduction, according to the document they submit. Y'all do know that Megan is having to cover these costs now is because of her guilty conscience. You see, Megan doesn't like Milagro because she sees Milagro as competition, because Milagro is cool with Tory Lanez' family. And of course, Megan, because Megan doesn't like other women, she sees every other woman as competition, even her own best friend, which is why Tory Lanez is in prison due to Megan's jealousy. That's why we are here. You see, Megan wouldn't have any court costs if her and Roc Nation, my opinion, did not pursue this. They're trying to silence Milagro because they're tired of her going live and speaking on Tory. They're tired of it. You know why? Because they know they got away with it. They got away with straight up lying. And that is why she's in court, because she didn't get the exact ruling that she wanted. So she's trying to get any type of win she can. Instead of the media talking about her new Popeyes restaurant, they need to be talking about the fact that she took an L in court and is out here pursuing these frivolous lawsuits because she's in her feelings, because of her guilty conscience. If she had no guilt or did not feel bad about she doesn't feel bad about what she did, but if she felt like she told the absolute truth, she would not be pursuing this. Remember, this all started because of an AI picture she claims Milagro posted. There was a lot of people who posted that, but you went after Milagro because you were waiting, you were seething. You were waiting for an opportunity to sue Milagro. And you use that as your opportunity because you have a guilty conscience. You know you're a liar. Let's continue. A bill of costs isn't automatic or guarantee. The judge can reduce it or deny it entirely, especially where the parties being taxed is indignant and lacks the ability to pay. Milagro's team can formally oppose the filing, and they have until January 16th to do so. What made the timing notable is that the filing occurred at 11:34 p.m., just minutes before the appeal deadline. This is what this great legal team of hers is doing. They're waiting to the deadline to file this. That's a great legal team you have. Now, I saw her fans bragging about the fact that Megan is getting these new lawyers, and these new lawyers are going to go after Milagro. I believe she's getting Trump's lawyers. Why are you bragging about that? The funny thing is, most of Megan's fans are not even conservative. They hate Trump, but they're celebrating her getting his lawyers. Apparently, at 11:58 p.m., Milagro's side filed a notice of appeal. Notably, the plaintiff's team did not file a notice of appeal. While that filing primary jurisdiction, excuse me, I can't say the word, shifted to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals, immediately changing the procedural control of the case. From that point forward, the district court's authority became limited, as appellate jurisdiction now governs the court issues on review. In my view, the strategy behind the late night bill of costs filing appears calculated. Megan's team had already put their chips on post-trial motions instead of preserving the appellate rights. They filed motions under Rules 50, 59, and 60 to try to reinstate the defamation verdict and pursue a permanent injunction, but they did not file a notice of appeal themselves. Filing the bill of costs at the last possible moment looks like an attempt to pressure, distract, or potentially discourage an appeal, possibly banking on the idea that Milagro would miss the deadline and lack resources to move forward. This is all there. I'm gonna link y'all to this. Y'all can go and check it out for yourself. Now let's go to this, where she said that the judge just denied Megan Thee Stallion's bill of costs motion for Milagro to pay all those extra fees. So that strategy did not work. Whatever strategy they were going for, it did not work. The court ruled that the request was premature because Megan's team is still challenging the validity and scope of the final judgment through post-trial motions. As a result, the court will not require Milagro to pay any additional costs or fees unless and until the appeal is resolved, whenever that may be. And that is as you can see here, this whole thing is just sloppy, right? Meg used to be a sloppy drunk. We all knew it, my opinion. And now her legal team is on some sloppy time, because again, this is what happens when you have a guilty conscience, when you're jealous of other women, you pursue stupidity. And this whole lawsuit was stupid, but I can understand, Rock Nation is taking care of her. Rock Nation is putting a battery in her back to do this. My opinion. I'm not saying it's factual. I'm not saying that there's evidence of it, but in my opinion, because again, she ain't got the money to keep going back and forth to court hiring lawyers. Where's her income coming from? Just looking at this whole thing, and it's disgusting. If you feel like you got justice by Tory Lanez being in prison, you need to move on with your life. The reason why she can't is because of her jealousy of Milagro. She's jealous of Milagro. Again, my opinion, no facts or evidence to show that Milagro, that she's jealous of Milagro, but her actions speak louder than words. Instead of her enjoying this newfound relationship with Klay Thompson, even though he wasn't with her when she opened that restaurant, she's in court. Why? You're taking L's in court. I remember when there was people online who thought she actually won this case. Yeah, Milagro was found to be liable in certain aspects, but not in the most important, right? Not in the defamation part. I just think that this is just a sideshow. She needs to focus on a music career, but I think she's become an influencer. She has no music career. She put out a song called Her Man. It's a complete pick-me song, and her fans don't see that. And the thing is, the more she continues to go after Milagro, the more she shows that she absolutely fought her friend Kelsey over Tory Lanez, because she may not be fighting physically, but in court. This just shows the type of woman she is. She hates other women, which is why she keeps pursuing this. Like, what's the point? What's the point of this? You're looking bad. You're sloppy. Your whole legal strategy is not working. So what's the point of it? What, to try to tie her Milagros up in court so you can make her life miserable? But she's enjoying life. She's a bigger name now than she was before you filed. All you're doing is building her social media profile, getting her more GoFundMe money. This is a horrible strategy. Her lawyers are not. No wonder she's getting new lawyers. This whole thing, this whole lawsuit to me is just stupid. I guess she's trying to stop Milagro from speaking about her again. I believe Milagro's even spoken. Now, again, maybe she said something different recently, but she said she's not intending on speaking about Megan. But Megan is still pursuing this because Megan does not like other women. My opinion. There's no evidence or facts out there to show that. That's my opinion. My opinion is I don't think she likes other women like that. Where's her female friends? The last time she had a public female friend, she got in a fight with her over a man. That is Tory. And she's taking these embarrassing L's in court because she thinks that she has power on her side because Rock Nation is putting a battery in her back. Again, my opinion, there's no facts or evidence to show that Rock Nation is helping her pursue this. But I mean, who else is? She ain't got the money to continue to get lawyers and hire lawyers and continue to fight this in court. There's no, So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Your thoughts, like this video and share, hype this video, share this video. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on all my social media platforms and I'll see y'all next.